Hey you guys, it's Miss Allyn. Today we're going to make our little paint turkeys. You have the materials for these in your enrichment kits. And in your kits you should have 3 colors of paint. You should have red, yellow, and orange. And you should have 3 sponges, 1 for each color. You should have a tiny little red gobbler and a tiny orange beak. You should have 2 googly eyes, a little turkey head, and a paper plate. If you don't have a gobbler or a beak, or you can't find it, you can draw it on with colored pencil or crayon, whatever you want to do. If you're missing a head, draw it. But all we're going to do to start is we're going to take our head and we're going to glue it or tape it, whatever you have, staple to your plate at the bottom. We're going to line it up and attach it. I'm using tape. I don't have glue. So after you do that, we're going to attach our googly eyes to the head. Now I got to find them. There they are. And I'm using tape for this as well, which might be a little bit harder, but it's alright. We work with what we have. Okay. So I've got one eye. Now I'm going to attach my other eye. And there he is with both eyes on. Next we're going to attach our beak. And you want your triangle pointing downwards. Like that. I'm going to tape that on real quickie. Maybe. Got my beak on. And now I'm going to attach my gobbler. And you should line up the straight side of your gobbler with the beak like it is there. I'm just going to attach that. So there he is with his gobbler. Next, that's all the pieces to his face. Very easy. Good and simple. Next is the fun part, okay? You have your 3 sponges and you have your colors. You can do all one color at the same time or you can mix it up. I'm going to do all the same color at the same time. I'm going to start with red and I'll go over it with yellow and orange. So you're just going to take your sponge and you're going to take one of the flat sides and you're just going to dab it in the red. And then you're going to take it and you're just going to pat it on the paper plate all around just to make some spots that look like that until you have a lot of coverage. You don't want to leave too much white, but you also have 2 other colors, so you have plenty of paint to cover up. But red's my base, so I'm going to use a lot of red around. This is what we're looking like so far. I'm going to add just a little bit more red. And you add as much red, as little red, as much orange, as much yellow. You do it however you want it. Be it however you want it. So that's all the red I'm going to add. I'm going to leave that like that. And I'm just going to put this to the side on a paper towel or on something. Don't get it on your table. Don't get it on your clothes. I'm going to set mine right here on top of this bag. And now I'm going to move on to orange. Wherever my orange is, here's my orange. Okay, take my flat side. I'm going to dab it in the orange. And you're just going to go all over on top of the red, wherever you want your orange. You're not going to be able to see it too much on the camera, but it's there. And you want to leave as little white as possible. You want to cover up, get some good coverage on there. So there's my red and my orange. I'm done with the orange. I'm going to go ahead and start my yellow. I'm going to set this sponge on my paper plastic bag. Kind of fan this so my orange dries a little bit. Okay, flat side of my sponge into the orange. And all you got to do is dab the surface. You don't have to jam it in there. And you're going to pat this all around wherever you want it. And here's how my yellow's looking so far. And you can kind of dab on those spots a little bit to kind of blend out the edges so they don't look like squares. So it looks kind of abstract. And I think that's all the yellow I want to add. Once again, like I said, add as much or as little of each color as you want. None of them have to be, they don't all have to look the same. And then there's with all the colors. And it's still wet, so you can't see kind of how it's going to look when it's dry. But here's one that I have that's dry. And I left a lot more white on this one, and I didn't blend them out as much. But this one's dry, and that's how it looks. And here's one I just did. And that's all. Pretty simple. And then you need to let it dry. Put it somewhere where it's not going to get ruined. And that's all it takes, guys. Hope you have fun. See you soon.